I've been quite obsessed with cortado recently. It's my birthday today, and the first text I woke up to was my mom asking me, "Have you had your birthday noodles yet?" So I guess we're making Changshoumian for breakfast.
In Chinese culture, long noodles symbolize a long life, so they're a must on your birthday. And there's one golden rule: never bite through the noodles. You've got to slurp them all the way down. To make the broth, add light and dark soy sauce, sesame oil, MSG, sugar, white pepper, spring onion, and the secret ingredient, lard, to your bowl. Pour in some noodle water, top it off with a fried egg and some more spring onion, and that's the flavor that instantly takes me back home every single time.
The longer the noodles, the longer you'll live. This honestly tastes exactly like my childhood. I have been in a kind of weird headspace for the past couple of days, as one do around this time of year. When I was a little kid, I would get so excited about birthdays and getting older, but last night I just couldn't go to sleep because I know when I wake up, I will be a year older. Keep thinking about death and how many years I have left, and this is so dumb.
For dinner, I finally went to try popolare, a super popular Italian restaurant that's been on my list for a while. I have heard a lot of mixed reviews, but it actually turned out to be such a pleasant surprise. First of all, it's absolutely stunning. 20,000 bottles lit up the entire restaurant, so it's definitely giving very strong day-night vibes. They're famous for their cheese wheel pasta, but I went rogue and ordered the truffle pizza. And it turned out to be one of the best pizzas I've ever had. The dough was soft and pillowy, loaded with mushrooms and cheese, and the truffle flavor was rich but not too overpowering. Definitely a 10 out of 10. And to top it all off, the super friendly waiters brought out tiramisu with a candle and sang happy birthday in Italian. Maybe growing up isn't so scary after all.
Ooh. I need to run 14K today. That is the longest one yet in my training blog. So gotta fuel up with the best homemade banana bread. It never fails. I read something yesterday that really shines a light on the whole running thing. So if you run a 5K, it lengthens your life by 20 minutes, but it takes 30 minutes to run a 5K. Are we really winning? Look at this. What the hell? I think I just found my new favorite Asian supermarket in London. Korea Foods in New Malden. It has everything you need and plenty of things you didn't even know you needed. Like this newspaper fully in Korean. I also found this sashimi grate salmon. I'm sure I'll make something of it this week, but tonight it's all about bibimbap.
Bibimbap is a feast for the eyes and the stomach. A classic bibimbap topping would include bean sprouts, shiitake mushroom, spinach, carrot, zucchini, and beef. Start by marinating the beef in soy sauce, minced garlic, brown sugar, and sesame oil. In the meantime, julienne your carrot and zucchini and slice the mushrooms. The key to a great bibimbap is cooking each ingredient separately. So stir-fry the vegetables one by one with a bit of oil and salt, before finally cooking the beef. It's a bit of a labor of love, so if someone ever makes you bibimbap, you know they really care. For the sauce, mix gochujang, sugar, sesame oil, rice vinegar, and add some water to get the right consistency. Once everything is cooked, arrange your toppings around a bed of fluffy white rice, top with a fried egg, and drizzle over the delicious sauce.
It took so much longer than I thought to make, but here it is. The spice is kicking in. Avocado, cottage cheese, egg, and chili oil. Bread is from Steam. They have terrible coffee, but not bad sourdough.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slowly, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone.
I grew up absolutely hating fish, but my mom was obsessed with the whole DHA EPA thing for brain development. So she would make me steamed pomfret every single day for lunch for years. For some reason, I found it unbelievably fishy, and the slimy skin will literally give me goosebumps. But as you grow up, your taste buds change, and you find new ways to enjoy food. Like the salmon poke bowl. It's a perfect mix of sweet, spicy, and creamy. Not sure if it'll make me smarter, but it definitely makes me a lot happier.
I tried to make the Japanese soft-boiled egg, but failed miserably. So we're just going to enjoy this salmon bowl eggless. Good morning. We still have one day left of the weekend. Let's celebrate with some Dutch baby. Obviously, the pancake will deflate as soon as you take it out of the oven, but this still looks incredible. This is a cracker sandwich, 2 crackers, salami, mozzarella cheese, and prosciutto.
As the temperature drops, there's nothing more comforting than waking up to a warm bowl of porridge. I know most people are more used to the sweet oatmeal combo, but growing up Chinese, I was actually more familiar with savory porridge, like the classic century egg and pork congee, a breakfast staple back home. It's not that easy to find century eggs around here, so I'll settle for a kimchi tuna porridge topped with a poached egg.
Kimchi tuna seaweed oatmeal. Don't knock it till you try it. It's savory, a little spicy, and a little bit of crunch from the kimchi. Very different, but very nice.
Yesterday's picnic was so lovely that we decided to do it again. There's just something about the fresh air, the sounds, and even a bit of people watching that makes eating outside such a relaxing, multi-sensory experience. For food, I ended up making some pico de gallo and guacamole, and also used up the ingredients from Saturday's bibimbap and made a kimbap. A little strange Mexican-Korean concoction, but exactly what I craved. For the kimbap, start by julienning the carrots and slicing spam into thin stripes. Then cook your egg into a thin crepe, roll it up and slice it into stripes and set it aside. Stir-fry the carrots and spinach lightly with vegetable oil and a pinch of salt. Cook the spam until it's crispy on all sides. For the base, mix your rice with some sesame oil, sesame seeds, and salt. And then you're ready to roll. Place a sheet of nori on your bamboo mat, shiny side down. Spread a thin, even layer of rice over about 3/4 of the sheet, then layer your fillings in the center. I went with spinach, carrots, egg, spam, beef, and pickled daikon. Then start rolling. Tuck the filling in as you go, use a bit of rice at the end to seal the roll, and shape it with a mat. Brush the roll with sesame oil, sprinkle on some more sesame seeds, slice, and enjoy. Kimbap is such a great casual picnic food, and it definitely attracted a few furry friends at the park.
Just some leftover guac, pico de gallo, and scrambled eggs. I also ran out of butter, so I scrambled the eggs with some olive oil. The texture turned out great, but definitely lacks something.
For lunch, it's mission using up leftover ingredients again, and this time in the form of a sushi sandwich. I started by slicing some spam and frying it up until it was crispy on both sides. Then chopped up some kimchi and fried an egg. To assemble, put some rice in the center of your nori sheet, then pile on some spinach, spam, kimchi, egg, which in hindsight, I probably should have cooked the egg on both sides, because the second I added some more rice on top, the yolk popped everywhere. But I guess that's part of the fun. Fold it all up, cut it in half, and there you go. An easy 10-minute lunch.
Sushi sandwich. I remember these were super popular on Chinese social media a few years ago. But it's just genuinely a great alternative to your usual bread sandwich, and use up whatever's left in your fridge.
Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor.
I am now heading over to South Bank for some food and a movie, my old stomping ground. I think one of the biggest hacks for living in London is that if you're 25 and under, you get to have £3 cinema tickets at BFI South Bank. So I was very sad when I turned 26. But about 2 months later, they actually sent me a 1-year membership offer that comes with 2 free cinema tickets for only 10 quid. I haven't used those tickets all year, but today is the day.
Deu esperança de beijinhos. Não espere tanto, tanto tenho a dar pra fazer o frio. Deixa de preguiça, deixa o cobertor. Deixa que hoje eu vou ser o seu calor. Sei que tá friozinho, já sei como é. Sei que o nosso amor aquece quando quer. De manhãzinha o sol nasceu. Deu esperança de beijinhos. Não espere tanto, tanto tenho a dar pra fazer o frio evaporar.
Nothing crazy going on, just a yogurt bowl with some homemade granola and fruit. Before it's getting too cold to enjoy them. We actually ended up watching Dr. Strangelove by Stanley Kubrick last night. I first saw it on a film class at university, but it's been a while. And honestly, it's such a masterpiece. It's a political satire that's set in the Cold War. Basically, an American general called Jack D. Ripper goes rogue and sends bombers to nuke the Soviet Union. The US president and his advisors are all scrambling to stop the whole thing, figuring out the recall code, but everything just spirals out of control. There's one point where the Russian diplomat gets into a fist fight with the general, and the president shouts, "Gentlemen, you cannot fight in here. This is the war room." And then there's all the phallic imagery. From the very beginning, there are two planes refueling in slow motion, and then there's this really romantic music playing in the background. I think the whole film is just one big sexual innuendo. People always say art imitates life, and with everything that's happening in the world right now, rewatching the film really just puts everything into perspective. Anyways, I really recommend this film if you're looking for something to watch, and I'd say it's a very, very realistic comedy.
So, for the last recipe of this video, I wanted to try and make pan-fried pork belly. As an Asian, obviously I love pork belly, but it can get a little greasy if you don't cook them correctly. This method is basically boiling the pork belly slices, and once the water is evaporated, the meat will basically just cook in its own fat. Also, I feel like it's about to rain. I'm super intrigued, and let's get cooking. Start by placing your pork belly slices into a pan. Pour in enough cold water to submerge the meat and throw in a few slices of ginger, some spring onion, and bay leaf, and a star anise. Bring it to a boil, then skim off any scum that rises to the top so the broth stays nice and clear. While the pork is simmering, we can prep a quick shredded leek salad. Cut the white parts of the leek in half, then roll up a few layers and slice them finely. Soak the slices in cold water to remove some of the spiciness. Drain and season with gochugaru, sugar, rice vinegar, and sesame oil. Toss everything together and set aside. Then chop up some spring onion to make a quick sauce for the pork. In a small bowl, add your chopped spring onion with minced garlic, sesame seeds, sesame oil, lemon juice, salt, sugar, and black pepper. Mix everything together until it's well combined. By now, most of the water from the pork belly should have evaporated. Take out all the aromatic and spices and let the meat cook in the pan in its own fat. Flip the slices constantly to make sure all sides get crispy. The oil might splatter a bit, but it's totally worth it. Your kitchen will smell incredible, and no shame if you sneak a bite or two when slicing it up. Finally, place the pork on some fresh lettuce leaves, drizzle over your sauce, and serve with some leek salad on the side. I was a little concerned that the pork belly might stink because sometimes you do get that in the UK. But this is absolutely perfect. It's so crispy, so juicy, and so easy to make. As long as you know how to boil water, you can make this. Mmm.